Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Claremont Humphrey. I'm from streamingpraiseradio.com Inc., and we are an internet gospel radio station in the GTA. Today, I just want to introduce to you to George Michello, who is the CEO and founder of Step by Step, and they are launching their 165 city tour in the States for the SOS the Americas. SOS the Americas is basically to promote organ and tissue donation, and I will let George explain more of that to you. But what I want to let you know that streamingpraiseradio.com has joined forces with Step by Step to help promote this. So we'll be keeping tabs on George as he goes through the cities, and just to find out what is happening, how things are going, who is getting on board, and things like that. George really is also an organ, or should I say a liver recipient 2 times now, and this is why he has such a passion to do what he's doing. And just to show you the kind of man he is, someone called him just I think yesterday or the day before, and today she's with us, and we'll tell you more about her as well. But I'd just like you to lock into George, and George, tell us more about what's actually happening, what's going on with the tour. And I know you started off in Alaska, so would you tell us, please?
I sure will. Thanks, Monty. I call him Monty, so you're going to get used to Monty. Okay, first of all, I want to say something about this man. Monty's known my family for quite a while. He lived with my younger brother around the Rogers and Keel area. Your kids were going to school with his kids, and and it was my sister-in-law that actually called me about, it's almost going on November 2008 to October 2008.
Yes, that's correct.
So, it's been more than a year now. And she gave me a call, and she said, you got to call this guy up, and so I found out what Claremont was doing. Claremont was in the process of getting tested because he was going to donate his liver to a 14-month baby girl.
That's right.
And I had to meet this man, and then when he invited me to do it because he's got his own internet radio station. He invited me to his house to do an interview, and that's when we first met. During that interview, and we talked, and then we found out that you knew my brother and all, and because I never knew any of that stuff when I got there, and then we kind of got into each other's stories.
That's right.
And this is on your radio show. And what I found was that I had such a comfort level talking to Claremont. It was like to be yourself, and I've always experienced that ever since. So that's what we're trying to do today, is really like pretend it's your radio show and just do what we do at your, because too many times we're too uptight, and we, but just be, to be yourself, and to because that's what's going to shine the most, is just being yourself. So I wanted just to say that, and also to say what an honor it is for you to be here, to be doing what you're doing, and hosting this, because this is a very big step for us, what we're about to do, and you usually got Kurt here with you, and he's always giving you the eye or something, or doing something.
But last October, you started off with you kick off with the campaign, the SOS the Americas. It was the 7th campaign of Step by Step. How did that go? What was it like preparing for that? And what is it going to be like going into the next phase, which is 165 cities that you will be going into? And I mean, at the expense of you going through a lot, your own health is at risk as well. Trying to get all the support and the funding from the different places, which is going to be hard and difficult. And yet at the same time, you're still looking out for people like Arlene, who also needs a liver transplant as well.
Well, again, I got to go back to when we met, because we started tapping into all this stuff. We started talking about all this. What makes you do what you do? And I was asking you the same question. What made you want to, risk your body, risk your life trying to save somebody? Like, what makes you do that, And so we got into all that, and so you were there when this new campaign actually started getting hatched. And there was this big thing that somehow, as we were planning to do this next campaign, after I finished the SOS 4000, the student torch relay from coast to coast, then I was saying, okay, now the next step is to do a global student torch relay from one end of the world to the other end of the world, right around the world. And then there was this OAS summit going on in Trinidad, which was the thing of the Americas. I forget what but all 36 countries of the Americas.
The American summits, I think it
were,
was.
yeah, the Summit of the Americas, and they were gathering in Trinidad. And President Obama was, supposed to come there, and at that time I was hooked up with a girl whose sister was supposed to be hosting this big television show, and she was going to be able to get us introduced to pass the torch to Obama. That's how SOS the Americas got started, because eventually it was going to be bring the torch around the world, organize cities and countries all around the world, and get the students to continue passing it as the Canadian students did. But when I got to Trinidad, and we were making arrangements to make the announcement that, well, we're going to do one hemisphere at a time. And that's the theme of SOS the the theme of the Americas, the summit, was to somehow bring all the Americas together economically, financially, in a health care wise. So what grabbed me at that time was, well, I can see one day a union on all 36 countries of the Americas when it comes to organ donations. So why not jump into that while the iron was hot? And that's where we made the official announcement, was in Trinidad, that we were going to do this 36-country student torch relay. We did not get a chance to pass the torch to Obama because he had too much security coming off that plane. But now I'm stuck with this campaign, not stuck, but I got to follow through. And then where do we start? I was first going to start from the Northwest Territories, but then I went to this conference where I met ex-Governor Tommy Thompson, who was running for the presidential campaign with the Republicans in 2008. And I just somehow found myself having about a 15-minute talk with Tommy Thompson at the Mars building over here. And he knew what I was doing, and he said, why don't you start in Alaska, and maybe you can get Sarah Palin to kick off the torch. And I said, I think that's a good idea. And so that's why we started in Alaska. But of course she didn't light the torch because she stepped down.
Right.
But we had Governor Purnell, and we had Senator Begich, the U.S. Senator Begich, that came out. And here's the tone that was set up, Monty. What we're trying to do in this campaign is, not only go through 300 cities in 36 countries with this torch and get the students to continue carrying it, but we're trying to, and I know it's a mountain, we're trying to set the tone to bring both Republicans and Democrats together on a health care issue. And we've been doing that.